Hello, hello, hello. It's Lorenzo, spelled Lawrenzo. Because y'all know, my mama made me different. Hello. And once again, we right back at you with another episode and broadcast of Young Untouchable Family podcast broadcast show. I'm your host, Lorenzo, and we have a corona-free, virus-free, all-healthy zone in here tonight with a fly-ass episode, one for the history books, definitely. As always, we have our sponsors. Then we're going to come with you with Magic in the News. That's our current events. Then we're going to draw an oracle card. Answer some questions from reader, listener emails and other questions that they may have. Then we're going to bring some motivation and inspiration in your life and mine as we live every day as a vacate 366 days of wisdom. Those are words of wisdom and personal philosophies that I hold for myself. And we're going to end the show with health, relationships, and self-development advice. So tune in. This is the Young Untouchable Family podcast broadcast show. Hello. Now, as always, we have our sponsor, Young Untouchable Family, marketing, advertising, and sales. When you need to keep your business in business, go to YoungUntouchableFamily.net. Let them know about what you would need for them to represent, and they'll have someone with product or service represent for you so you don't have to. YoungUntouchableFamily.net. Then we have our sponsor, Mr. HWGD, 28-day plant-based mind, body, spirit detox program. Go ahead and check him out. He has the Mad Moss as well on Instagram at Stay Mad Coach. Or you can go ahead and just check him out on the Google. Stay Mad Coach. Keep your health, wealth, goals, and dreams, but you don't have nothing without your health first. And then, of course, we have ebrandlogic.com. Have a business ready-made for you. Websites done, marketing, branding at ebrandlogic.com. Now, for Magic in the News, that's our current events. Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein got convicted, y'all. Convicted of sex assault. Sentenced to 23 years in prison. Yeah. So, I guess they ain't gonna show him no mercy. They're gonna pretty much have him die in prison, you know? Man. That man, how young is he? That man is at least in his 60s, 70s. Harvey Weinstein is the guy that Oprah and Gail that does the movies that they were saying it's more than alleged. Now he got charged and found guilty of touching some, actresses and having them suck his dick and woo the woo, all this to get positions. So he been doing that over the years. He gets 23 years. So that was in the news earlier this week. But as everyone knows now, coronavirus. Yeah, he was He'll pretty much die in prison. Okay, so 68 is the update on Harvey Weinstein age. So once again, 23 years in prison. But pretty much all that overshadows it. Our next some more magic in the news we got. The coronavirus. This thing has taken over literally the entire world. It's been pandemonium and pandemics just around where we're at in Florida. So one of our listeners was asking us, who is going to be the first celebrity with the coronavirus? And I think that was Tom Hanks and his wife out in Australia. And then just from there, just started infecting like a lot of people. The basketball player NBA got canceled. Basketball player Rudy Gobert tested positive. Donovan Mitchell tested positive for it. It's crazy out here. Wash your hands. You know what I'm saying? Keep your hands washed. I burn sage, palo. Eat healthy. That's another thing. You got to eat healthy, or you get to eat healthy. Because from the research that I've looked at from CDC reports, really the numbers isn't all that bad. It's just that the media is doing their job. As far as the mainstream media is doing their job as reporting pretty much everything, and whatever it is, it's building up fear in folks. Not only has more events been canceled, even us here at the Young Touchable Family Podcast broadcast show has been affected with updates and things like that. So, make sure y'all continue to, like I say, stay as healthy as possible. Tap into our sponsor, Stay Mad Coach. He has some sea moss and other products and the program that it gets you right in the right direction and correct direction. Stay balanced out here, friends. All right, and then alongside with the coronavirus, folks out here fighting over toilet paper. I don't know. Maybe somebody can let me know. Because after I've researched it, the only thing I can come up with is that there was a blast, an email message blast that came in with a girl talking about getting toiletries, and so maybe that's what started this worldwide panic over toilet paper. Like, my question is, no one has wash rags at the house? Like, no one was really washing their ass in their house and their body? Like, what's going on, y'all? Y'all tap in, let me know. But yeah, y'all fighting over toilet paper. I've done a review that went viral over how you can use one square sheet of toilet paper out of 1,000 sheet roll. You can have one sheet, one roll for one person. Using this method, I'm trying to tell you. And it's going to remind you to wash your hands. Go ahead and check it out. I'll probably leave it in the description or something with the link so y'all can see how one roll of toilet paper can last one person for 1 year. Stop fighting over that toilet paper. There's more things to come together about than to fight and divide. Like, this shit serious out here. Alright. Coronavirus. There's no cure for the viruses. So, yeah, just, man, coronavirus. Y'all be safe out here. Alright. Those are the current events. That's the magic in the news. Now, for us to draw an oracle card and get a message from Archangel Gabriel, let's tap in, tune in, and get turned up. We definitely appreciate everyone that have showed up. We appreciate our ancestors and those before us, you know, and receiving these messages. So, what's the message? What's the message for today? What is the message for today? What's the message for today? The message for today is journaling. That's the message for today. Journaling. Consistently writing about your feelings and activities stirs creative ideas and builds your confidence as a writer. Journaling. Now, you know, this doesn't only just hit home, but I know everyone out there that can hear my voice that's watching this at one point in time probably has thought about writing a book, or their life is interesting enough where they should write a book. So, as motivation and encouragement first, I would like to say, definitely, in these times in 2020, that right now is you can encapsulate your life through the power of pen and paper. Pen and paper, unless it's burned or it gets hella wet or dirty or it blows away somewhere, will last a longer time than a lot of us will. That's the reason why books are still here, where we can read documentations from the likes of even authors like Mark Twain and Alex Haley, and you can just read different books. So that would be my first motivation and encouragement from everyone. There's also a bird. There's a bird right here, right? And that bird was reminding me of as a message. Like, there's a bird on this card. So because there's a bird on this card, it also reminds me of a message that we all have that comes to us sometimes. In different times, you might be driving down the street, you have a good idea, walking through the woods. Nowadays, a lot of people are staying inside, so you may get tired of watching television, and or guess what? Some of you guys are having more vivid dreams right now. Those dreams are or could be journaled. at least you can have a documentation of your dreams that can move you forward. You might even see some of your dreams manifest into reality. So, consistently writing about your feelings and activities stir creative ideas and build your confidence as a writer. And if anyone out there is wanting to be a writer, as I am a writer, I would definitely say for myself, it's a reminder to continue to write down things, to take excellent notes, to keep those notes so that later on I can compose it even into a more detailed draft of something. So that's the message for today. Journaling. Consistently writing about your feelings and activities stirs creative ideas and builds your confidence as a writer. We all have a book. It's called Life, the Book of Life. What you writing in yours? Now, as always, support our podcast. Plus, it's easy to support us. If you found value and or entertainment during our podcast show, go to the anchor.fm link. You'll see it somewhere in the descriptions. Go there. You'll see the support button. Support our podcast on that page. We appreciate all your support and listening. Whatever amount you support is highly appreciated. We thank you. Now, for Live Every Day as a Vacay, 366 Days of Wisdom. Oh, no, damn, I messed up, my bad. Read or listen to emails and questions, because we got answers. See, that's the beauty of being tapped into the podcast show. You got questions, we got answers. Read or listen to emails and questions. Here we go. Our question, we have a two-part question once again. This question comes from Nadia. We appreciate your donation and contribution and all your support, Nadia. Nadia asks, what was my biggest crash? And the second question is, what did I do when that big contrast happened? Excellent question, Nadia. We appreciate your support and your donation. Remember, if you want to get your question answered, send it in YoungUntouchableFamily2 at gmail.com. So, what was my biggest crash? My biggest crash is a place where I go to in my mind now to remind myself that I can overcome anything that is a perceived negative. And that was when I was incarcerated, and having to do time, not just because I was caught for breaking the law, but also recognizing in myself that I had greater abilities and talents and gifts that I wasn't using. So that was what really caused the big crash, was when I did finally recognize through my incarceration in my time that I had incarcerated, that I had more potential that I was really not using or putting to waste or crashing, so to say. So what did I do when that big contrast happened? I started to educate myself. I started to learn more. I started asking myself better questions, like what was causing me to continue to do things that I knew was detrimental to myself first and others. And then those answers that I compiled from the best questions, like I say, the best questions, I came up with the best answers. So from those things, I started asking myself more questions that was more in depth as to what I can do differently than what I was doing now. what can I do right now in the situation I'm at that's going to propel me positively forward, that where I want to be once I get out. I started asking myself more intricate and detailed questions, which brought me to more detailed and intricate answers. So I learned, I got rid of the idea that ignorance was going to save me, and that the more I knew and used from that information was gonna just instill in me greater power or ability to do something. So that's what I did. I started to ask myself better questions so that I could come up with better answers to what I needed to act upon so I could act better. So we appreciate those questions. Once again, we appreciate that all your support. Make sure, like I said, if you have a question, we have answers. Send your question in at YoungUntouchable the number 2 at gmail.com. That's YoungUntouchable the number 2 at gmail.com. Attention, Young Untouchable Family Podcast. Lorenzo, questions. And whatever question you got, we have answers for you. We definitely appreciate it. Send that support in. Make sure our podcast continue to shine and turn up with you, as long as you get value and are entertained. Now, health, relationships, and self-development advice. And of course, it would be anything other than appropriate to reiterate that wash your hands. But we have a question of our own that we will want to compose or ask the listeners out there, and just have like a dialogue of thought. Do you wash your hands while you in your own home? Do you wash your hands while you're in your own home? Do you wash your hands while you're in your own home? Now, some people may have to think about this, because for the past 4 or 5 days, y'all been washing y'all hands the most y'all ever have, ever in life. Ever. So already, those people, I would almost say that y'all have not washed your hands in your house. But really, let's take a conscious consensus of those that wash their hands. Because I heard this question asked, and it was proposed that people normally don't wash their hands in their home because they're in the comfort of their own home, and that's their germs. Have y'all heard this before? That because you in the comfort of your own home, you in the home of your own germs. Now, definitely, I would also say, let's not get extreme and start bleaching everything and have a sanitized environment where any little, because there is a such thing as good bacteria and good germs. But do you wash your hands in your own home? Let's be aware of that. I would like to have a conscious consensus. Y'all can send it in, make a comment, give some claps, whatever you need to do. But do you wash your hands in your own home? And if you have little ones, are you on them on washing their hands? Just a question. No judgment. Just a question. We washing our hands around here. In fact, I think I'm going to buy a potato peeler so that I can just peel back the skin, and then we don't have to. Now, we ain't gonna do no potato peelers, but yes, wash your hands. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Health. Wash your hands. Now, for relationships, this coronavirus taking over the news, y'all. So the question is, would you love on your significant other, partner, family member, what have you, wife, husband, whatever you into, if you knew they was infected with the COVID-19, the coronavirus, and you wasn't? Would you love on them the same way, or would you have to love them from behind the plastic? We need answers. Would you love them the same way that you normally would, kissing, hugging, or would you have to love that significant other, partner, family member, loved one from behind the plastic if you knew that they was infected and you wasn't? Me personally, hey, I hope you remember that last kiss I gave you, because you behind that plastic, little mama. We have little ones and children I got to raise. We live, when my eyes close or your eyes close, my eyes probably is not going to see no darkness. So, stay balanced out here. Enjoy life as it is. But you behind that plastic. And that's just how it is. It'll be a grieving, understanding, balanced time right there. And we're going to figure out how we're going to overcome this. Because that's what life is about. Life is about overcoming. We even come out of our father's nut sacks overcoming. Literally, overcoming. We coming up. We always coming up. We always coming into something. And literally, one strong soul survivor, bang, creates life known as me, you. So there's seeds out here already that even if the entire world was wiped away and had to start over, it'll be able to do just that, start over, like the reset button on the Nintendo console. Because we can't take none of this shit with us throughout this plane anyway. No possessions. Other humans included. Including our human capsule. As good as this shit looks, we can't take it with us. So we the inanimate, animate spirit that controls this vessel called human body in this experience. And it's fun. So definitely another message and reminder, definitely journal your experience, because it's fun. And it's gonna stir up more creativity in your imagination where you will want to do something more. So those are relationships. We definitely appreciate the relationships we build with all of our listeners. And finally, self-development. Majority of people are out here followers instead of leaders. So I wanted to talk about something new that I just have started to hear one of our listeners asked about it. Social distancing. What is social distancing? Now, social distancing, when you look it up on Google, social distancing, let's see what it say. Social distance is the perceived or desired degree of remoteness between a member of one social group and the members of another, as evidenced in the level of intimacy tolerated between them. Material differences provided with the constant stimulus for social distance. So, social distance is something that we're going to start seeing even more of, where we're going to be having more groups of people, tribes, gangs, organizations, whatever words that you would like to synonymously label to those things, come together. So we're creating our own social dynamic group and continuously building on our social dynamic group, Young Untouchable Family. So if you're interested in all that we do, our network of people, our like-minded resonant vibration, our spirit or soul group, definitely tap into Young Untouchable Family. You can Google us. You can go to our email, send us a message, let us know what talents, gifts you bring to the table as a leader. And obviously, we'll definitely work with you. We're looking to work with other leaders, bosses, managers, heads, supervisors, owners, any words that's synonymous to those labels. Those are the people we're looking to network with and grow with moving forward. Because we're definitely not looking at social distance. We're looking to sew the gap between different social groups so that we can all be tolerated intimately together. So, and then, did I do live every day as a vacate 366 days of wisdom? I think I skipped over that. So let me go ahead and do that. It's day 74. Live every day as a vacate 366 days of wisdom. Day 74. The only way that a person can find something wrong with a situation is because there must be things right with it. So once again, live every day as a vacate, 366 days of wisdom. These are our personal philosophies. Day 74. The only way that a person can find something wrong with the situation is because there must be something right with it. And we live in a polarized world. We live in a world of duality. Up, down, left, right. Red, blue. Black, white. So when you can find, or when you recognize the negative in a situation, then you automatically should be encouraged and motivated, or get to be positively ambitious, driven towards the positive in whatever negative situation, even in the negative situations of today. So, live every day as a vacate, 366 days of wisdom. So once again, this concludes another Young Untouchable Family podcast broadcast show. I'm your host, Lorenzo. Make sure you spell my name, because my mama made me different. Make sure you spell my name different. Lawrenzo. Hello.